Can we skip to the good part?
Alright, hi guys, I'm back. Today we're going to be doing another one of the following beauty gurus makeup tutorials because I suck at makeup, so when I'm trying to follow somebody's look. But we're going to be doing, I think you pronounce her name Sylvia Gani, and it is her fall makeup. And then she does a hair and outfit, but I'm just going to be doing the makeup. So let's go ahead and get started.
So for primer, recently I've been using Smashbox's Photo Finish Primer. I like it because it increases the longevity of my foundation, but also reduces the appearance of fine lines and pores. So I just apply it with my hands first before I put my foundation on.
Alright, so let's just take my glasses off. And I don't have a primer, I have a moisturizer, so we're just going to go ahead and take a little bit of that and then just apply that onto our face. Hold on a second. And so we're just going to go ahead and apply this onto our face. I don't really know what the difference is because I don't really know what makeup is. I mean, like, I know what makeup is, but you know what I mean? I used way too much. Alright, next step.
And today I'm using Estee Lauder's Double Wear in 2N1 Desert Beige, and I'm just going to apply that with my Beauty Blender as...
Alright, so now she's taking her foundation. I don't have that, oops, sorry. I don't have that foundation. I have the All My foundation. I look so bad already. Alright, so I have the All My foundation. Alright, so it looks like what she does. I'm just going to take some and pump it onto my hand. So she takes some and she puts a dot on her forehead. She's got a dot on her cheek. A dot on her other cheek, and then she's got like a line going down her nose. Alright, and we're just gonna take our beauty blender and I'm just gonna spray it. Don't worry, this isn't conditioner spray, it's actually just water. And we're gonna go ahead and blend it into our face like she does. So she's using like the end of her beauty blender, so I'm just gonna use the end of my sponge and we'll see if that works. Alright, so we have our foundation on her face. Feels nasty already. Here we go.
And to prime my lids, you guys know I always use MAC's Soft Ochre Paint Pot, so I'm going with that, but this time I'm using a 227 brush from MAC to apply it. I really love this brush for creams. It just buffs them in so well without...
Alright, so now she's putting like a concealer foundation type thing on her face, on her eyelids. So I'm just going to go ahead and go in with my Rimmel London concealer stick and just apply that to my eyelid to like prime my eyelid to put on, to put on my eyeshadow that she's going to have me put on. And then she just takes a brush. We're just going to use this brush and then buffs it out, she says. Oh, looky there. Looks great. Cool. Alright, so there's that.
And for brows, lately I've been going in with MAC's Omega eyeshadow using Lux's 221 Flat Definer brush. This eyeshadow is...
I'm actually going to go ahead and skip my brows.
Now use a light color. I'm using Brulee from MAC. It's like a skin tone kind of color. I'm using that to set my primer, but it's also going to act as a buffer shadow for our darker.
Alright, so she's going in with like a skin colored nude color and applying that to her eyes with a, looks like a big puffy brush like this. So we're just going to go ahead and use this and then apply this creamy color here and see how that looks. So let's go ahead and apply that. Alright, next step.
To blend into. Now speaking of darker colors, I'm taking a nice warm brown called Saddle from MAC. You can use any warm brown that you have and you'll get the same look. And I'm applying that with a 217 MAC blending brush right along my crease.
Alright, so her warm brown kind of looks like an orangey brown. I don't really have anything that looks like that in any of my palettes, literally. So I'm just going to go ahead and take my L'Oreal LA palette in nude and just choose one of these browns. I'll probably do this one right here that my brush is on. Right, yeah, this one. And we're just going to apply that to where she says. Alright, well, that's what we got so far.
Now, using the same shadow, just switch out your brush and use a paddle brush. I clearly already have it on my eyes because I forgot to hit the record button. My bad, but I'm just still showing you. Use a small flat brush to
Alright, so now she's using a small flat brush. We're going to go ahead and use this brush, and then she goes in with that same color and applies it and just pats it down her eyelid, she says. So let's just do that.
So we're going to hit pause with the eyes and start with our concealer and our face now. I'm using MAC's Pro Longer Concealer in NC20 like I usually do, and I'm just going to blend that out with a damp beauty blender. But you see how I press up the edge of the beauty blender along.
Alright, so now she's doing concealer under her eyes. I have this one by Alba. It's like a For Under Circles Vanishing Concealer. So we're just going to go ahead and use that, and hopefully it gives us the look she's going with. So. And then she says she uses her damp beauty blender, which we just have a damp sponge, but that'll work as well. So we'll just get it damp. Alright, and then we're just going to blend that in like she says. Alright, so I don't have a translucent powder, but she's setting her face, so I'm going to go ahead and use the Neutrogena Healthy Skin pressed powder. And we're just going to take our big powder brush and just apply that all over our face like she is doing. Alright, so she's contouring her face. I'm just going to go ahead and use this brush by Real Techniques and get that line to come through with my e.l.f. palette, my e.l.f. Total Face palette.
Sweeping upwards and using a light hand and building the product very slowly because it can look very muddy very quickly. Then I just press the brush down on the edges of my nose to make my nose.
Alright, so basically she's applying it to her cheeks, her nose, and then she does a little bit up on top of her face. So we're just going to go ahead and do that. Now she's going in with blush, and we're going to use the other side of our brush to do our blush.
From MAC, it's a really nice peachy.
Alright, so she went in with the peachy color, so I have two colors in here, and we're going to go down with this one because this one's more of a peach color, which is what she said to do. So we're just going to smile and put it on the apples of our cheeks. Alright, so she applied a little bit on her cheekbones, her cupid's bow, and a little bit on the tip of her nose. So we're just going to go ahead and do that. Okay.
This was some Fix Plus from MAC, and this is just going to settle the powder to make it look a little bit more skin-like on her skin. Now that we're done with our...
Alright, I don't have setting powder, so let's just pretend this is setting powder. It's water. Let's just pretend that we're missing our face with setting powder, because we're not at all.
So we can finish with the eyes. Go back in with your brown color. This is Saddle that I was using earlier, and I'm using the same paddle brush and just running that along my lower lash line and connecting it to the shadow that we used on our outer corner earlier. Now take a brown shadow that's...
Alright, so now we're going back in with the same shadow, the light brown shadow, and just applying that into our lower lash line with the paddle brush.
Last but not least is highlight. I'm using Soft and Gentle from MAC with my 180...
Alright, so now she's going in with the highlight. I'm going to go ahead and use my highlight stick thing, or whatever this is, and we're just going to apply it where she applies it.
Shade or two darker than what we just used, and use a little bit of a fluffier flat brush and place it on your outer corner. Be careful not to add too much.
Okay, now we're going to go into this shade, which is a shade darker than the one we put on now, and just use a little bit and put it into our corner like she says, and just blend that, but she says don't put too much, otherwise it won't look right. This honestly looks like a horrible.
Now take that same dark eyeshadow and apply it really closely to your lower lash line. This is going to give your eyes a little bit more dimension and make your lower lash line look a little smoother.
Alright, then we're going to take that dark color and apply that to our lower lash line.
And with this look, I like to use a nude colored eye pencil along my waterline.
I don't have a nude colored eye pencil.
A little bit bigger, since using dark shadows all over the eyes can sometimes make them look small. Then load some mascara on. I'm using They're Real by Benefit.
Alright, then we're going to take some mascara. I'm going to take the one by Ramil London, and we're just going to apply that real nice and good. This is killing me. This is killing me. I hate makeup. You know what? Whatever.
This mascara. I've been using it recently. Then I'm going to apply MAC number 4 lashes. This is completely optional. I'm doing it off cam. And I'm going to finish up with a lip. I'm using MAC Strip Down Liner with Flesh Pot.
Alright, so she's using a lip liner and a lip color. So, my eye. Honestly. Alright. This honestly, like, is the worst one I've done yet. My eye looks like I have a black eye and I'm crying. It burns. It burns. So, then we're just going to apply our nude lipstick. Okay. And then she just blends them in together a little bit with her finger, I think. Okay, that was the last step. I know. I know it looks bad. Honestly, this is like the worst one I've ever done yet. It looks seriously so bad. There's my eyes. I hate it. My eyes hurt. I'm like crying. Let's set it one last time with our fake setting spray. Our fake setting spray. Alright, well, that's it for this video. I hope you guys liked it. If you guys did, give it a thumbs up. Tap the bell to be notified every time I post. Subscribe. And I'll see you guys soon. I love you guys so much. Bye.